Hello and welcome to the second video of our Raggedy Ann and Andy drawing lesson. We are going to need the following materials today: a pencil, a black Sharpie. You should have a black Sharpie at home from material handout at the beginning of the school year. You're going to need your warm-up paper of Andy and Ann that we did the last video, and your two drawing aids, this one the how-to and the front and back of Raggedy Ann and Andy. And the last thing you need is your white construction paper. Okay, go grab those things, come on back and press the play button. We're going to get started. We're going to do the main part of our lesson today. Okay, so I'd like you to put if you're back with Zach and myself, we're going to get started by putting our drawing aids and our warm-up to the side, and we're just going to have our white paper. Zach's ready to go. Hi, Zach.
Hi.
And Zach's ready to read for us what we're going to keep in our minds the whole time to have a positive experience. Go for it.
Number 1, always try your best. Number 2, if you get frustrated, take a deep breath. Count to 10, take a deep breath and try again. Number 3, everyone's art will turn out differently. Your artwork is uniquely yours. Number 4, art is not perfect.
Whoa, you read that super fast. Thank you. How many times do you think you've read that?
I don't know, maybe like 50,000 times.
50,000 you think? Oh, possibly.
Maybe not.
I don't know. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to grab our pencil, and this is going to be the back of our paper, and we're going to just write our names in pencil on the back of our paper. Nice and neat so your teacher can read it. When you're done, we're not going to use our pencil anymore. Pencil goes away. Flip it over so your name is on the back. Put your pencil away. And now we are just going to use Sharpie. But before we do that, let's go over some things. Once we use our Sharpie, that's it. So if we make a mistake, is that okay, Zach?
Yep.
Yeah, we're just going to take a deep breath.
Remember, art is not perfect.
Right, art's not perfect. We're just going to take a deep breath and see what we can do about moving forward if we feel like we made a mistake, okay? So we have some options. We have option number 1. You may draw Raggedy Ann solo, which is what Sarah did. So here's her Raggedy Ann solo, and she has her background, okay? Or you can do option number 2, where you do Raggedy Andy solo, and that's what Joey did. So here's his Raggedy Andy and the background behind him. The wind is blowing those leaves off the tree, it looks like. It's a sunny day though too. And he's on a sidewalk. Okay, or we have option number 3, which is to draw Raggedy Ann and Andy together with a background. Okay? So those are your 3 options. Zach, what do you choose?
Raggedy and Andy.
Both of them together? Okay. If you're gonna do
Are you going to do both of them?
I'm gonna do both of them together with you. So if you're gonna do both of them together, you're gonna orient your paper landscape, long way. If you're going to do Raggedy Ann only, you are going to do portrait, going long way up. Or if you're going to do Andy by himself, you're going to do portrait going up. So everyone stop, decide what you're going to do, and position your paper. So if you're going to do Raggedy Ann, put your paper pointing up like that. Portrait. If you're going to do Andy, put your paper pointing up like that. If you're going to do them together, put your paper landscape like that. All right. If you need a second to think about it, press the pause, make your decision, come back, press play, and we're going to get started. All right, Zach, who do you want to start with, Raggedy Ann or Andy?
I don't really know.
Got to make a decision.
I can't decide. I want to see what you think first.
Okay, so I'm going to get out my warm-up from last time. I'm going to look at my warm-up. Here's my Raggedy Ann. Here's my Andy.
Hey, where's my warm-up?
Look through the workstation. I'm also going to be looking at my drawing aids to help and guide me. Okay, here's my how to draw Andy. Here's my Raggedy Ann. Here's my Andy. Use these to help guide you. Okay, all right, I'm going to start with Andy myself. Who are you going to start with?
I think I could start with Andy too.
Okay, so let's take the cap off of our pen and put it on the back of our pen. So we're going to take the cap off and put it on the back. Now, let's be really thoughtful, right? we want to have a piece of scratch paper underneath our paper so that it doesn't bleed onto our table or our countertop. And we're going to make sure that we don't lose our cap. And now what we're going to do is we're going to plot it out. I want you with your hand to kind of say where your character is going to go. So for me, I'm going to put Raggedy Ann over here, and I'm going to put Andy over here. And I'm going to start with Andy, so I'm going to work my way right here, and I'm going to leave space for Raggedy Ann over here. So let's start by doing the eyes. What shape are the eyes?
Circle.
Okay, so I need to make sure I have room for the hair.
But it might not be perfectly
It doesn't have to be a perfect circle. So we're going to do 2 circles for the eyes. We're not going to make them too big. Okay, 2 circles for the eyes. And then I can color them in for the insides. I can leave a little white in there if I want, or I can color it in all the way black. You decide. Now we're going to do the nose. What shape is the nose, Zach?
Triangle.
Triangle. So let's get a triangle between those eyes. And now we're going to add the eyelashes. So the eyelashes just kind of come down like this, little straight lines coming down. And everybody's working at their own pace and doing their own character that they've decided on. Now Raggedy Andy has an oval here, so I'm going to go ahead and do my oval. And then I'm going to bring his smiling mouth up like that. And the little hatches right on the side. So I have my Raggedy Andy face. And now what I need to do is come and do the U part of the outline of his face. So here's the U part. Zach and I were talking last time about Andy's hair being looking like French fries or noodles. So I'm going to make some noodle hair.
I'm going to make some French fry hair.
French fry hair. Look, Zach, they're touching. So just go around and make your French fry hair.
And it might not look like a boy. It might kind of look like a girl, but
that's okay.
That's fine.
That's okay. And I'm going to do my French fries over here too. We're just trying. Zach and I are just doing our best. And are you having a good time, Zach? Is this a fun lesson? Yeah, I like this lesson. Okay, let's do our Raggedy Andy. You know what? Yeah, let's do the hat. Did you want the hat to be off to the side or up on top?
I kind of want to do it to the side a little.
Okay, so it looks like a rectangle that has curved edges. So here's my rectangle hat, and I gave myself enough room to write Andy in it. And here's the top of my hat, and I can write Andy in it. Capital A N D Y. And now I'm going to keep adding some hair. So I'm going to give Andy some bangs that swoop down like this.
I'm going to go up first.
You're going to go up first. Okay. So Zach's going up, I went down, and I'm making my long French fry hair. And if I want, I can even make another.
Okay, now mine kind of looks like a girl.
Are you trying your best?
Yep.
Having a good time?
And pretty much yours.
Okay, but what if we add, do you want to add another layer of those little French fries coming out?
Sure.
We can add more. We can give Andy more hair. Okay, so I did more hair for my Andy doll. Okay, now we're going to come and we're going to add the little collar that comes down if you're still working on Andy. I think I might need to add more hair over here, but let's do the collar first. So the collar comes down and it's kind of like this.
Like pants.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful collar, Zach. Now if I want, I can add more hair until I reach my collar. Like that, right? Now I can do my bow. I can do my bow right here where I do a circle. and then I do like kind of like ovals coming out.
Can we color in the hair?
No, we're not going to color in right now. We're just going to be doing
like after we do all the hair, can we just color it in black?
Well, let's do the whole drawing and then we can talk about what we can color in. Okay?
Because Sammy did that and I kind of want to do it.
Well, this is the way he did it. So Zach's talking about this. The way he did it, hang on, Zach. The way he did it was the way his hair was it was just brushes going up. So let's just do the whole drawing and then we'll talk about how to fill things in, okay? All right. So I did my bow tie, and I can do the little.
I was just about to color it in.
That's okay if you colored the circle in. Don't worry. Go ahead.
Just color it in.
Just go ahead and finish your bow tie. And then we're going to keep going down the arms. Okay? You might be doing Raggedy Ann right now. You might not be doing Raggedy Andy. So just follow your drawing aids. Yeah.
I forgot something.
So just follow your drawing aids and you do the character that you're working on, okay? So now I'm going to work on doing the arms coming out. So that reminds me of kind of like rectangles. And then I'm going to do the shirt, which is kind of like an open square. And I can do hands this way, like mittened hands. And then bring down the pant legs. Beautiful. And then give him his socks, because his socks come out underneath his pants. And then you can give him shoes down below. And then you can add the stripes in his socks. I put some stripes in Raggedy Andy's socks. And speaking of coloring in, if you just want to color in his shoes, you can do that. This is when it's really important to have something underneath your paper if you're going to be using a Sharpie to do some coloring, so that it doesn't bleed onto your table or your
Okay, why does mine kind of look like a girl?
I wouldn't worry about it. I think it looks beautiful. And it says Andy right there. I know that's Raggedy Andy. All right, now I'm going to give him his buttons on his pants. 2 circles.
Maybe a lot of things looks like a girl.
I'm doing my buttons right there. And then I can add a pattern to his shirt. So if I want to do checkers, what I do is I come up the arm like this. And then I can come up the arm like this. And then I can close the arm up. And then I can go over. Straight lines across. And then I can do the same pattern on the inside of his shirt. And I can make lines going down. And then lines going across. All right, so do you want to talk about, Zach, before we move on to our Raggedy Ann, do you want to talk about how to color in those little patterns?
Things.
You ready? Watch me first, okay? Everybody, if you're doing Raggedy Andy and you're to this point where you're going to be coloring in the pattern for his shirt, pick the bottom right-hand corner and you can color that one in black. Then go up one and leave that one white. And then color the third one black. Then leave the next one going up white. Then the next one after that black. And that's where I end. My white is the next one. Now, if you want to make it so the pattern is different, coming this way. Oh, Zach's already got the hang of it. Now you start with white. If you're not with me, you can always pause the video And let's make sure when you're coloring these in that it's nice and filled in. Okay, let's make sure to do your very best effort and try to not leave any white showing. So I have white, black, white, black. I mean, when I say any white showing, I mean where the black's supposed to be. So now I'm doing my pattern. White, black, white, black, white, black. And then this next one up here would be white. Now I switch it again and I start with black. Black, white, black, color it in, and then leave white. Black.
I overdid his shirt.
His
Like,
whole
right.
shirt?
Not his arm.
Oh my gosh, you're super fast. Okay, now I'm gonna go white and then black. Okay, go ahead and do his arms if you'd like, Zach. White.
How do I start? Like,
Oh, do you want me to kind of look at yours and give you some advice? Okay, let me see.
do I start with black right here?
Yeah, go
And
for it.
black right here?
Sure, that's a great idea. Okay, so go ahead and start doing the, oh.
What?
Yeah, go ahead and start doing your shirt. Black and white, black and white, black and white. And just keep doing the pattern all the way around. And then once you get the hang of this, you're gonna have a checkered look on your Raggedy Andy's shirt. Everyone's just doing their best. Take your time, pause the video if you need more time. How are you doing, Zach?
Great.
Good. Oops. I almost colored in one that should have been white. I almost colored it in black.
Oh, I'm done with the checkers.
You're all done with the checkers?
Uh-huh.
May I show yours next to mine so people can see how ours looks different?
Totally different.
Okay, here's Zach.
Our shoes, our hair, our hats,
Everything's
our
different.
checkers.
But is it-
Mine is smaller.
Did we
Both
try our
things?
best? Did
Yep.
we try our best? Okay, so I'm going to say this, Zach. Look at what you've colored in black and see if you see any white and color that little white speck, those white specks in. And now we're done with our Andy, and we can come over here. If you're doing Andy and Ann with Zach and myself, then we're
Okay,
gonna,
how much minutes is it in?
we're 17 minutes in.
Okay, this is going to be short.
I think it's going to be a short video. Okay, so now we're coming over to do Raggedy Ann. If you were doing just one, you might be done with your character already. And if you are, I want you to just pause the video and or just keep the video playing until Zach and I are done with Raggedy Ann, and then we're going to talk about doing the background,
I
okay?
kind of want to do a song with Joey.
So, but don't start your background yet. Wait for me and Zach, okay? All right, Zach, you ready? Let's do Raggedy Ann. So let's do her eyes. Same. Circle, circle. And we're gonna do it about the same size, right? Then we're gonna do the triangle nose. Right, art is not perfect. Triangle nose, and then it's kind of like a heart for her lips, right? And then go ahead and have her smiling up from the heart, like that. So we have our eyes, our nose, our mouth, and then we can do the U-shaped part to do her head, the rest of her head. And then I'm gonna follow along with this sample, and I'm gonna do shorter little, like shorter little ovals for her hair. And I'm gonna do a bunch of layers. So here are my little, they're like M's going up. And then I can have them coming down this way.
Let me get some of those French fries.
Yeah. And then I'm going to do another layer over here. Another layer. And then another layer over here. And then we're going to go to her bangs in the top of her head. Are you doing your best?
I kind of want to do only 2 layers.
2 layers sounds good. Okay, you ready to do her bangs?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so those just swoop up like W's or waves. Okay, and then you can do the the top of her head and do like little M's on the top. Like that. And then you can do another layer of M's connecting like that. And you can even do another layer after that if you want. This is the top of her head. So you decide, if you're doing Raggedy Ann, you decide how many layers you want to do. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to keep my layers coming all the way down. All right. Are you ready to do her clothes now, Zach?
I forgot to check his mom. Look, this square, this little tiny square.
If you need to pause the video, you can. Now I'm going to do the little frill of the top of her dress. So I'm just going to scoop it down like this. Little scoops coming all the way around. And that's the top of her dress. Where's my drawing aid? Right here. That's the little ruffle of her dress right here. And then I'm going to give her, remember what you said those shapes were last time?
Rectangle.
Yeah, I'm going to give her little rectangles coming down for her jumpsuit, or her apron, excuse me. And then you can do a rectangle connecting them. Beautiful. Okay, so how about we do her arms sticking out? Coming down there. It's kind of like...
I might not really fit the feet, but it's fine.
You're just doing your best, right?
Trying your best.
Trying your best. Here her arms come out, and then I can give her...
And they don't have to be the exact same height.
I can give her a frill on her, at the bottom of her shirt. And then go ahead and give her hands, like mitten hands, right? Beautiful. Then I can do a little ruffle on the top of her apron. Beautiful. And then I gave her a ruffle on the top of her apron. And then I can have her apron kind of coming out like this. And then doing a little wave across. And then the lower part of her dress coming out. So there's the lower part of her dress. And then I can give her little...
I might fit a little part of her feet.
Yes, I think you can.
Wait, no. I can't.
Yeah, I think you can.
Wait, I can.
You can have them coming out this way, like Raggedy Andy's.
Okay.
Right? Here we go, and you can even color those feet in if you want. You fit. And then you can...
I fit them, look.
You did! And then you can give her her striped socks, like Raggedy Andy's striped socks. Right?
I actually couldn't really put the...
What?
This
Oh, you don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to add everything. Yeah, you don't have to add everything. Now you can add some designs to her dress if you want to do... So
we did do maybe hearts and flowers or something.
Do you want to do a pattern?
Sure.
Of hearts and flowers? Okay, let's start with a heart. Let's go heart. And then flower. And then you can do a little circle inside for the flower. And then a heart.
Maybe a stem.
And then a flower. And then a heart. And see how many you can fit. Might do hearts.
This is my last flower.
Okay. And then you can decide what you do up here in her shirt. Maybe just one big heart.
Wait, you're coloring in that heart? Okay.
I just decided to color that heart in. Okay, and now what we can do is we can do, remember over here with Raggedy Andy, we did the pattern going up and down. I want to do something different like we did.
Like X's.
Yeah, like X's. So we start like this, and we slant going.
Oh, right here too.
Yeah, oh, you want to start down here first? Okay,
Yeah.
let's slant to the side like that. Slant to the side. Good. All the way across. And then cross them. We're crossing them all the way. Okay, you want to do her sleeves now? Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so same thing here. Good. How do I want to start? Like this. Coming down this way.
Okay, done.
Wow. Do you feel like your Raggedy Ann is all done?
I feel like we could add like a black, white pattern,
What do you mean?
like on the X's,
Oh, you want to do
Maybe.
that?
if we can.
Well, hang on a second. Before you start doing that, let's wrap it up and do the background.
Okay.
Okay. So what do you think you might do in your backgrounds? Look at what Sammy did.
Maybe
Sammy did a sun. There's some
I
trees.
just want to put a tiny floor right now.
Okay. So maybe you can put a sun. Maybe I'll put a sun right over. Where should I put my sun? Maybe over. I don't really have room here. You kind of have room to do like a half
Okay.
sun over there. I think I have to do my sun in the middle of them.
Should I just do it in the middle of?
You can do whatever
Yeah,
you
I'll
like.
do it in the middle.
And then you can do
Wait, look,
what?
the eyelashes of.
Oh,
Raggedy
we
Ann.
forgot her eyelashes. So I'm gonna do those little fun little triangles.
Yeah, those are really fun.
Okay. Did you do the triangles too? Okay. Now I'm gonna do the sun shining.
The sun is shining. Okay,
And-
how much minutes are we in?
We are 27 minutes in. We're just about done. So now I want you to just add some real fun stuff to the background, but
I want to
not a crazy amount.
No.
Okay? So maybe I'm gonna do. I kind of liked the idea that Joey did with the walkway. So maybe I'll do this walkway behind them like this.
Crossing, crossing. Crossing, crossing. Crossing, 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 crossing. Crossing, crossing.
Should we add maybe some flowers or a tree or something, Zach?
Crossing, 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 crossing. Crossing, 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 crossing. Crossing, 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 crossing. Okay.
Okay, so you did your
Sidewalk.
sidewalk too. Okay, what about adding like some trees or a flower or something? What do you think?
Yeah, maybe I could add a tree like right here.
Okay,
in
so
the middle.
you add what you'd like. I'm gonna just go ahead and maybe add some grass
I'm gonna
coming
add
up.
some grass, flowers.
Here, I'm just gonna add a little bit of grass going up like this, and maybe some flowers. But I think we have to make sure that we don't draw over our Raggedy Ann and Andy, right?
I'm drawing a couple flowers.
Just make sure that you're not drawing into your Raggedy Ann and Andy.
Those are the specialist parts.
Right. So I did 2 flowers here. Maybe I'll do another one right here. Okay. So I think I might be done with my details. Maybe I could add a tree, or maybe I'll add some clouds. Maybe I'll add some clouds
Me
up
too.
here. But my
Maybe some over Raggedy Ann's head.
And look,
I can
have, you are doing a great job. I can even have a cloud, since my Raggedy Ann's head is so high, I could have a cloud like right behind her head, and that's okay. Okay, so I have my background here. I have my Raggedy Ann and Andy all done. I feel like I'm done. So I'm going to cap
I might just do one little tree right here.
in the middle. Okay. You might feel like you want to add some more details. You might feel like you want to color in some more of your parts. Like maybe you want to color in Andy's bow, or you want to color in the hatch marks for Raggedy Ann's dress. Maybe you want to add a little more detail in the background. You go ahead and do that. When you're done,
I think I'm done.
cap it. Awesome. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take...
Show this.
Okay, so this is Zach's creation. Here we go.
I actually did a great job.
You did. I'm really glad you're proud of
I
yourself.
didn't actually think I could do it like that because no pencil.
Did you impress yourself?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no
Very
pencils today.
much.
Yeah, this turned out beautifully. So what you're going to do now is double check, turn it over. Is your name on the back?
Of course.
Then you're going to put your Sharpie back where your school supplies are. You're going to put your pencil back where your school supplies are. Then you're going to paper clip your Raggedy Ann and Andy final lesson. You can do whatever you'd like with your drawing aids and your warm-up. That's yours to keep at home, but I want you to put your Raggedy Ann and Andy final composition in with any other finished art projects you're going to turn in, paper clip them together, and you're going to bring them back to school at the next material handout date. So what do you think, Zach? Was this a successful lesson?
Uh-huh.
Awesome. You did awesome. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you for our next art lesson.
Bye.